But I genuinely believe, guys, Ineos here, they might just do anything, bro, man. Like, you don't know what they're going to do. And that worries me because I'm like, you can't really trust them, guys, because they sacked Ten Hag too late. They then got a manager in and said, yo, what are you on? Are you ready, bro? The guy said, I'm not ready. I'll come at the end of the season. They said, nah, now or never. And then you didn't back him in the summer, sorry, in the January transfer window, and then you're gonna sack a manager now. Like, it's crazy, man. Does the Europa League justify staying on with the amount of losses that we've got? There's so many question marks about United. 31 losses, guys, in 2 seasons. A major rebuild is needed. It is dark, guys. So you kind of saying, yeah, well, let's focus on Europa League. Nah, man, you can't really. Yeah, cool. The Europa League is there, and we've got something to look forward to. But it's literally a day out. We win the Europa League and we move on. It's got to be that sort of mentality. But yeah, Ash, how are you feeling, bro? Like, did you go to the game today, by the way?
Yeah, I was at the game. Oh, it was awful.
How was the atmosphere, by the way? How was the atmosphere?
You know, it felt like a pre-season. It was quiet, it was subdued. It was a nice day. Loads of empty seats around me. I was surprised to see how many empty seats. But
yeah.
But really, is it any surprise? You know, seeing as the Premier League season's dead. But it was just poor. It was poor from the players. No effort. No kind of need to show themselves any pride at Old Trafford. And I posted on Twitter. I said, how do you not make this place a fortress? Do you know what I mean? How, if you're playing for Manchester United, you're playing in that theatre, you've got 72,000 people there. Do you know what I mean? You look around, it's a coliseum almost, and you can't give your best. You can't, it's disappointing. It's poor to see. I think I want to say Amoirm in, but it's difficult because he's not giving me any reason to back him. You know, I can't back these players because a lot of them have been the cause of why we are where we are. But at the same time, this manager's not been getting anything more out of these players. You know, you look against Leon. Do you know what I mean? We nearly bottled that. You look against Bilbao in the first game, okay, you know, in the first 20-odd minutes, Bilbao were all over us until we got the goal and then the red card. So how that turns and switches. So that it's not been any tactical masterclasses we've seen from him. No. So right now, it's really worrying, and he's not giving me any reason to back him. I like a manager that's able to adapt. We've seen it with Alex Ferguson. We see it with Carlo Ancelotti. You see it with the top managers. They're able to adapt and they're able to get the best out of their players. This manager's got plan A and no plan B, C or D. He's got no idea. And that's worrying. At the very top level, you need a plan B, C. You know, you can't go on with just plan A, because if plan A is not working, you move to a plan B or a C. This manager's not got that. He's proving right now that he's not got that, and he's not able or capable to be able to get results when he needs to. So what happens in the future when we are going through a bit of a bad spell or a little bit of a few rough performances, and all of a sudden it's not working? He can't change it. He's just going to be, oh well, it just doesn't work. I'm going to need to go and buy a load of new players. Top managers, they make changes, they adapt, they adjust. Against West Ham, you'd expect us to go and win that game today. They've got nothing to play for anymore. You know, it's not a quality side, that. And today, don't get me wrong, I don't feel like we played terrible today. You know, I feel like we just couldn't finish. You know, Rasmus Højlund awful up top, and Garnacho just wasteful chances. I expect more from the manager, though. I expect more for him to be able to make a little adaptations. The two in midfield, they seem so alone. There's no runners from midfield. The players from out wide, you know, they offer nothing. Harry Amas and Dorgu, they're offering nothing out wide. And this system doesn't feel like it would be a success in the Premier League. The more I'm looking at it, and it's worrying. It's worrying going forward.
Yeah, you know what, for me, that's worrying as well. Like, there's no really like a plan B. It's no really like, what do we do next? You know, the two that are in midfield now, boy, Ugarte, man, we'll have to talk about him later on. Kobe Mainu is suffering in this team. I mean, the 2-10s doesn't really work. Højlund's, you know, he's inept. He's just not got quality. But, you know, I think for me, tactically, though, Amoirm, to get outdone by Potter today, bro, how can you get outdone by Potter, who's been struggling himself? Potter, Listen, I'm not saying he's a bad manager, Potter. He's a decent enough manager. Yeah, he's done his thing at Brighton, but bro, he's been struggling. You get out struggled by the struggler. You know? Do you know what I mean? Like, you get out struggled, bro, by the struggler. He's struggling, and he's just crawled past you and give himself a little bit of, you know what? He can say to West Ham fans, "Yo, I went to Man United and got a win." And I know that's a lot. Listen, other teams have done that, yeah. But still, he can still say, "Bro, I went to Man United and we were shit, and I still got a win."
They beat Arsenal as well, innit?
Hey?
They beat Arsenal as well.
I think they beat Arsenal, yeah. Yeah.
I think they won out the Emirates as well. Yeah.
He can go say that, though. He can go say, "Yo, listen, I've done little things here. I play with that midfield three. I got a result. I can adapt." This manager hasn't shown that he can adapt. He can do things. And that's my concern. And you know what you just said there, Ash, yeah? Going into next season, this will still be on our minds. These players, when they lose these amount of games, they can't just flick a switch and be like, "Yo, we're going to go in and we're going to win 5 in a row." Brother, does a guy still not cut his hair, man? The guy still not cut his hair. When are we going to cut his hair? When is he going to go to the barber shop? That is a reflection of us, bro. My man hasn't been able to cut his hair. Free the brother. Now, real talk, man, them. My man said I can't cut my hair till next season. Brother, next season, you ain't cutting your hair, bro. You ain't cutting your hair, bro. Until things change, you're not cutting your hair. I don't know when he cuts his hair, man. And I'm like, yo, 5 games, it's not that much, you know. But it is a lot to this Man United team, man. Them. Adam, go ahead. Big up Kaz, by the way. Adam, how do you feel, bro? Because we were saying, like, you know, we would love to give the manager time in the summer. But, bro, he's showing more and more that he doesn't really, he might not do anything with that money. Particularly if he can't do anything now.
Exactly. And the way he speaks doesn't feel like he's confident. So why should we? Like, if he's not confident, I can't be confident. That's one thing. So, bro, there's no, like Ash said, even if you want to defend him, how can you defend him? Like, even if you willingly want to defend the guy, what is the argument? Good football.
Listen, Adam, I want to defend him. Do you know what I mean? I'm desperate to defend him. He's giving me nothing. There's nothing there, is there?
Exactly.
Like, there's nothing.
Exactly. Like, you want to defend him, but if you look at the data, there's nothing. Absolutely nothing there. The football isn't great. We lose basically almost every game, or it feels like we are losing every game. Even the wins, you're like, oh, we got away with it. Like, it's terrible.
Yeah.
Team selection is terrible. Tactics are not working. He gets out-tactic by every manager. That is like we are yet to win a game because of him. Like, as bad as the players are, the players are shocking. Like, and we know this, but he's yet to make and to be the impact. So what can you do? How can you defend it? I really can't say.
I'll tell you what you do. You do what I'm doing. Hey, brother, Man United's got me stress eating, blood. I'm eating more than I should. You get it? I'm stress eating, man. Them. I've got fucking Skittles as well. Made sandwiches. Like, it's not a joke. I thought there's always, you know, when we say, "Oh, I don't even care about the league." you know when we say we don't care about league. It just wait till the next game.
Wait till next game.
I'm at new low. I'm at a new low, man. I swear on my life, I can't. I don't
You know what it is? I said it to the man, them, yeah. I said it's like watching a horror movie. You feel like you can go into a horror movie thinking, "Yo, next horror movie, I got this." But you're still gonna be shitting yourself.
But that's why, you know what? I don't watch horror movies exactly because
There you go.
for that reason.
There you go.
It's so bad, man.
And we lost to Wan-Bissaka at wing back on the left.
Yep.
On the
How are you
left.
gonna do a United? It's mad. You know, look, every single situation now, like, it's meant to be a test to say, "Yo, we've gone past that situation of we don't need Wan-Bissaka anymore." All of a sudden, revisionism comes in, and all of a sudden, he actually
He was
plays
part of the problem.
to a standard that you're like, "Wow, okay." But we never ever go past that moment of, "Yo, we're good. We've gone past them, man." We've gone past Wan-Bissaka. See you later. Man came in and glided across the pitch. And nobody's doing anything.
Bro, why is Wan-Bissaka looking like Cafu, bro, at Old Trafford? What's going on? We've watched Wan-Bissaka for so many years at this club, yeah? All of a sudden, he comes to United and he's able to do the maddest of things. The problem is what you guys are saying is bang on. If you look at the manager's body language on the bench, you look at his body language in press conferences and what is he saying?
You missed out one key factor. Please tell them what he was doing on the bench. Ash, I don't know if you saw. What was he doing on the bench?
The guy is biting his hand, guys. You saw in midweek he smashed something during the flat cut. His hands were done out here. It's like this is a manager of Man United, yeah. What he's saying, apologies about that. What he's saying is meant to fulfill us with confidence. What he's doing is meant to fulfill us with confidence. That's not coming at all. You look at the results, yeah. People keep saying the players are bad. How many times are we going to hear this? Are West Ham team better than ours? No. We can go undefeated in Europe, yeah. And then all of a sudden, again, another Prem side comes along and we get bopped. And this is look, the Europa League dopamine's worn off for me, bro. I'm not gonna lie. I watched here today. People gonna say we have chances in that. Okay, you played Højlund for 90 minutes. Why is Højlund playing for 90 minutes again? You lot tell me that Obi's on the bench warming up, he doesn't come on. What's this Kobe Mainoo thing as well? I'm just getting sick and tired of this, bro. How has you got our most talented player looking clueless? I don't understand it. All of a sudden,
I disagree, man.
Let him Then you go in.
Why all of a sudden Kobe Mainoo breaks into the team as a midfielder? All of a sudden now this guy's a number 10. You can't play anywhere but number 10. Why has that happened? That's not on Kobe. That's on the system. And I know Kobe needs to do better, but this is a manager. I want the manager to get something out of these players, bro. I understand they're bad, but West Ham's team's worse than ours. Graham Potter been in the mud. They come Old Trafford, bop us 2-0. We can't even score a goal. Like, what are we doing here, man? Seriously.